Hi, I'm Abhishek, and I'm so overwhelmed to be speaking on such an important topic here today at the ICC FBT by European Digital Week. Welcome. Today I shall be speaking on Internet of Magic, decentralized finance at scale for a better manana, which is basically a better and brighter tomorrow. For the next 15 minutes, my purpose primarily would be to answer three very important questions regarding DeFi that would situate its current position and status in terms of mainstream adoption. And we would be talking in terms of global cross border deployment. Before that, a quick profile. I'm a co founder at Whirl and a B2B2C agri fintech platform, blockchain based, which has dual objectives. One, of helping farmers reduce distress selling by availing warehouse receipt finance, which also helps them increase up to 40% in their incomes, and helping banks protect millions and millions of dollars in frauds every year. I've been a blockchain author as well. Going ahead, let's take a look at what is decentralization. That's definitely the new kid in town, as Tyler Winklevoss said. A handful of individuals control the entire algorithms of the world. It's time to decentralize. So basically, in over a decade's time, blockchain and blockchain-based applications have garnered quite a lot of traction, which shows that the experience or the usability has been a darling to the consumers worldwide. But comparatively, this less than a decade is very small as compared to other industries and other segments, and the products and processes and applications in them. Blockchain has got fairly lesser time to mature, and a lot is remaining to come up in the future. Going ahead, taking a look at those three most important questions. One, use case. There has to be a befitting use case for any kind of product or process to fit a particular segment or industry. In this case, in DeFi, in blockchain based applications, we have seen that they have affected financial segment quite well. We have also seen the use of blockchain based applications across supply chain management, healthcare, etc. So definitely there are ample number of use cases that the world has come up with where blockchain or decentralized finance can help. We shall be looking at an example of Compound, which is one of the greatest, has one of the greatest market shares at the moment. Going ahead, and one of the most important questions and answer for that in this particular session is of scalability. Scale is of paramount importance if you're talking about something that's global. And scalability is what defines that whether something can be a household name. In this scenario, we'll be talking about the MakerDAO, which is having the most market share in decentralized finance at the moment. Basically, if we compare this to ICOs almost 3 years back, 2017-18, we saw that ICOs got a huge bump during that period of time, but that has settled down quite a bit. But as we will take a look at decentralized finance, the kind of growth that decentralized finance has shown in a very short amount of time could be a bubble, but the underlying architecture or the underlying notion of decentralized applications or decentralized finance projects themselves, they show that DeFi is nothing more than taking the centralized financial products, which we have been using since decades and decades, and just putting them on a decentralized network. That's basically using the same kinds of products, same rules, same proposition, but without restrictions, without intermediaries. That is important. Whenever you would see someone getting into blockchain based architectures or using a blockchain based system to do something that they have been doing in the past using legacy systems, one of the most important criteria is usually always that of removal of intermediaries, because presence of intermediaries across any system, be it finance, be it supply chain, be it anything, people have figured out that presence of intermediaries have created humongous problems in the entire experience, in the entire customer journey. Presence of intermediaries is what makes the experience lesser in terms of smoothness. Presence of intermediaries is what makes the entire process more cumbersome, more management requiring, and also much more pricey, much more expensive, because everyone needs to have their fair share of business. So something that people can figure out could be done in a peer-to-peer manner. That would be the best scenario to come to a blockchain-based system or a decentralized finance application. That's where scalability is of question, and if we can achieve that, there is a huge future for decentralized finance across the globe. Towards the end, one big factor that especially takes a very prominent seat in terms of very nascent technologies or nascent products is that whether these processes and products are able to benefit a particular niche social segment. Any kind of impact that you can create just magnifies your presence in the industry, just magnifies your way of operation or your way of changing an already existing system or process much more better. In that scenario, we'll be discussing World, one of the companies I'm associated with, and we have been impacting the lives of farmers to a great extent. We will take a look at the deployment that we strive to achieve and what kind of possibilities are therein. Going ahead, looking at the first answer to the first problem. Use cases. There definitely have been, this part checks off, there have been humongous number of use cases for decentralized finance. We've seen decentralized credit, we've seen collateralized and uncollateralized loan, we've seen interest on assets, and all of this is peer-to-peer, by the way. We've seen stable coins which we can use to interact with this entire ecosystem. We've seen banking products, we have seen yield optimization, currency swap, which again helps you interact with the system in a much more efficient way. A great example is Uniswap, which has a great market share at the moment. We've seen margin trading, we've seen decentralized debt marketplace. All of these come together to bring you a great basket of products, financial products that you can use in decentralized finance. This gives the edge that decentralized finance needs to come out ahead. Going to the second use case, which is of scale. Let's take a look at the journey that decentralized finance has forged in the last couple of years. Talking about back in Q4 2018, it was just short of $250 million in total value logged, which is the kind of measurement that we usually see in decentralized finance, which is the value in US dollars that is logged in the smart contracts that deal in decentralized finance products. That was $250 million approx in 2018 Q4. Fast forward to 2019 end, it was $650 million. That's it. That's all the growth that it saw. Further fast forward to August 1, 2020, just 1.5 months back. The total value logged in the smart contracts of decentralized finance products touched $4 billion. That's a whopping growth. And why it becomes all the more important is because this was a 300% growth from just a month and a half back. Around mid-June, this value TVL was approximately $1 billion. 1st August, it's $4 billion. That's the growth that can give you a lot of confidence, that can give investors a lot of confidence to get into decentralized finance. And the best part of it is that it is without those intermediaries. It is the same financial products that you've been using since decades for whole your life, but without the restrictions. And first time it's borderless. None of the legacy systems usually are not borderless. This gives you that edge. And towards the end, discussing the kind of impact that certain decentralized finance or any blockchain-based finance products can create. World has created a mechanism for allowing farmers to increase their income and reduce distress sell, which enables them to increase their income by up to 40%. That's a huge number for a farmer. Also, we have issued online loans worth over $680,000 within 7 months of going live. And that's benefited 25 and over farmers and agribusinesses. We are helping World Bank's task force on post-harvest finance. So basically in those 7 months, we are 1250 warehouses in India and expanding. We have generated over $400 million in digital warehouse receipts. And we have a lending commitment of over $270 million from our partner banks. And all of this come together to benefit the ultimate stakeholder, which is farmers, which is traders, which is agribusinesses. And agriculture in India, agriculture is a huge part of the Indian economy. With that, At the end, I would like to just debunk a couple of myths in decentralized finance, which are very important from the retail investor point of view. The first myth says that DeFi is trustless. In its truest sense, yes, it is, because blockchain systems, decentralized networks are by definition trustless. They don't need trust factor to be in there, because otherwise then intermediaries would have to be present. However, in this scenario, currently as DeFi goes by, retail investors get confident only after either they audit the smart contracts themselves, or, which many retail investors are not capable of doing, in that case they depend on the words from the larger community. So again, DeFi in this scenario becomes more trustful in nature, where the trust factor has to be present for retail investors to get into these products. That's one thing that hinders the growth to some extent, even after the technology by itself being decentralized and trustless. The second myth is that DeFi is easy banking for all. It's pretty easy banking. The financial products are super awesome. The borderless nature and the restriction-free, intermediaries-free nature makes it really easy to work with. That is why this kind of a growth you're seeing. But again, even after decades and decades of being present of the legacy financial system, still 2.5 billion people worldwide are unbanked. That's a huge number, even after such an immense presence since years and years. While DeFi, on the other hand, is falling pretty much short on the total number of users that it has been able to garner till now, which is just short of 250,000 people. So even if the total value logged has grown by 300% to up to $4 billion, the number of actual investors or actual stakeholders has been very low. One of the reasons is definitely that the need of some sophisticated tools and techniques to handle these kinds of products, to be able to work with these kinds of products, be it on your laptop or phone. That prevents a lot of people from being very comfortable with these products, which makes it a very big hindrance in people accepting this new form of financial products. So then it's definitely not yet a very easy banking solution for all. With that, I would like to close that decentralized finance is coming up as the Internet of Magic. It is going to give us a better tomorrow, a much brighter tomorrow. It's clear, the growth shows that clearly. But we have to see that where this growth goes, does it die down like other areas we have seen, or is it actually an exponential growth that we are here to see year on year, or month on month, or week on week? Thank you. It was nice speaking on this topic. I hope that this has helped everyone who is even barely interested in decentralized finance or blockchain get out ahead and get into this field now before it is again too late. Thank you so much.